Monday Motivation. I'm Tom Connolly, your local leadership coach. The most significant challenge to improving your life is the values-performance gap. I call it that. It is the failure to, or inability to align our performance with our goals and values, with our highest values. Now, this is integrity writ large, and it is walking the talk and living intentionally. It's not always because we don't know what our values are. Sometimes it's just we haven't defined them well. And whether you've done this or not, at some point you're going to meet the challenge. For me, the most significant poignant challenge to me was in 1988 when I was on recruiting duty. And I had been an operations officer, successful operations officer for a recruiting station for 16 months. And then I was reassigned as an officer recruiter, an OSO, officer selection officer. And I was working hard. And I was doing all the right things, at least from the recruiting standpoint. And we were making some progress, but there were not enough hours in the day. I couldn't work any harder. I needed to get smarter. So on a Saturday morning, a rare Saturday morning, where there wasn't anything else going on and I didn't have to go to work, I pulled out some tapes that I had ordered, and they were called TimePower and by Dr. Charles Hobbs. And I listened to them for 8 hours. And the next day I listened to them again for 8 hours with a stack of notebook paper, taking copious notes. And my epiphany was that my performance was not in line with what I believed. And even then, my beliefs were not well defined. And so I took action. I immediately began to do those things. Aligned it up, figured out what it was, defined it, did all the things that I needed to do to gain clarity. And I did those things. We did those things in my office. And we were successful. And I began sharing this, what I learned, these concepts, everywhere I went, in every organization that I served in. So the overarching challenge is to live what you believe, bringing your performance in line with your values. You do this by taking responsibility for your life, by controlling the events that you can, by concentrating your attention on what's most important, and creating congruity between your performance and your values in your life. Now, we're going to talk about this more because I'm a coach, and that's what I talk about. And for this week, get that pen and paper out again and spend a few minutes thinking about what actions you need to take in certain areas to align your performance with your values. And remember, all things are possible with prayer and heavy deadlifts. I'm Tom Connolly.